If only we started younger, then we would have been so much better. If we knew back then what we did now, things would change. Here's the thing. Today is the youngest you'll ever be again. And you still have enough time to become all you wanted to be in life. If only we had started younger. How often have we said this to ourselves? If I had only begun sooner, I would have been better, faster, stronger. It's a familiar refrain, isn't it? Perhaps it's the career path you hesitated to pursue, the skill you wanted to learn, or the dream you shelved for someday. But here's the thing. Today is the youngest you will ever be again. Think about that for a moment. The clock is always ticking, yes, but it is also always giving you another chance. Right here, right now, you have a choice. The best time to plant a tree may have been 20 years ago, but the second best time is today. This truth carries a profound power. It tells us that no matter how much time has passed, we still have enough to create something beautiful. So let us not dwell on the years behind us. Let us focus on the time that remains and how we can make the most of it. After all, life is not measured by how early we start, but by how much we grow. Regrets, they are like heavy stones we carry in our hearts. We think of all the chances we didn't take, the time we wasted, the things we could have done differently, and the weight of it can feel unbearable. But regrets are not meant to punish us. They are teachers, here to show us where we went astray and how we can do better. The real tragedy is not in making mistakes, but in letting those mistakes define us. Think about it this way. If you've ever stumbled while walking, did you stay on the ground? Of course not. You got up, brushed yourself off, and kept going. Life is no different. Falling is not the end. It's simply part of the journey. The next time regret whispers in your ear, don't let it paralyze you. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Use your regrets as a compass, guiding you toward a better path. Remember, no one gets through life without missteps, but it is those who learn from them who truly thrive. Great things rarely begin with grandeur. They often start small, so small, in fact, that they seem insignificant at first. A single seed buried in the dirt does not look like much, but with time and care, it grows into a tree that provides shade, fruit, and shelter. Your dreams, too, begin as seeds. Whether it's learning a new skill, starting a business, or improving your health, the first step might seem trivial. But that first step is what sets everything in motion. Consider this. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until he was 65. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. These people didn't let the size of their beginnings or their age stop them. They simply took the next step, and then the next, and then the next. The question is not, how big is my start? But rather, am I willing to begin? Fear. It is a crafty trickster, isn't it? It whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not ready, that you're not good enough, that you might fail. And if you listen to it too closely, it will keep you rooted in place. But here's the secret. Fear is often an illusion. It seems big and overwhelming, but most of the time, it's just a shadow. And shadows can only exist where there is light. So how do you move past fear? First, recognize it for what it is, a natural response to stepping outside your comfort zone. Then, take action anyway. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. Start small. Break your goal into tiny, manageable pieces. With each step, fear will shrink and your confidence will grow.
And there is no hope at all.
No, Zuko. You must never give in to despair. Allow yourself to slip down that road and you surrender to your lowest instincts. In the darkest times, hope is something you give yourself. That is the meaning of inner strength.
Hope, it is such a small word, yet it carries the weight of the world. When everything around us feels like it's falling apart, when the days seem heavy and the nights too long, it is hope that whispers, "Keep going." But here is the truth that so many of us forget. Hope does not come from outside. It is not something we wait for, nor is it something others can give us. It is something we must give ourselves. Think about this. In the darkest of nights, when the world is shrouded in shadow, where does the light come from? It comes from within, the flicker of a candle, the spark of a flame. Hope works the same way. It is not found in the world around us. It is found in the strength of our spirit, in our ability to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead is uncertain. You might wonder, but how do I find hope when life feels so overwhelming? When I'm tired, when I've lost so much, when I don't even know what to do next? The answer lies in small moments, in simple acts. Hope does not need to be grand or dramatic. It is not about solving all your problems in one day. Sometimes hope is as simple as taking a deep breath and telling yourself, tomorrow can be better. Sometimes it is making the smallest of decisions, getting out of bed, drinking a glass of water, taking one step, no matter how small, toward change. You see, hope is not passive. It is not just sitting and waiting for things to get better. Hope is active. It is choosing to believe that you have the power to make a change, no matter how small. It is choosing to see the possibility of light, even when everything around you feels dark. Think of a seed planted deep in the soil. To anyone watching, it seems like nothing is happening. The surface is bare, empty. But beneath the soil, the seed is working. It is breaking open, sprouting roots, growing toward the light. That is hope in action. It is quiet, persistent, and determined. In the same way, your hope might not always be visible to others. It might not even feel visible to yourself. But every time you take a step, every time you refuse to give up, every time you choose to keep moving, you are nurturing that seed of hope within you. Another thing to remember is that hope is not about denying the pain, the struggle, or the reality of what you're going through. It's not about pretending everything is fine when it's not. Instead, hope is about shifting your focus. It's about acknowledging the difficulties, yes, but choosing to believe they are not the end of your story. Imagine you're standing in the middle of a storm. The wind is howling, the rain is relentless, and you feel like you're being pushed in every direction. It's natural to feel overwhelmed, even helpless. But if you stop and look closely, you'll see that the storm is moving. It doesn't stay in one place forever, and neither will you. This is where inner strength comes into play. Inner strength is not about being unshakable. It's not about never feeling afraid or never doubting yourself. Inner strength is about choosing to stand back up every time you fall. It's about holding on to that spark of hope, no matter how small it may feel, and protecting it like a precious flame. You might think, I don't feel strong. I don't feel like I can handle this. But the fact that you are still here, still breathing, still trying, that is strength. Strength is not about feeling invincible. It is about feeling vulnerable and continuing anyway. The beautiful thing about inner strength is that it grows the more you use it. Every time you face a challenge and choose not to give up, your strength deepens. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you realize. Hope in practice. So how do we give ourselves hope in the darkest times? Start small. Begin with one thing you can control. It could be as simple as making your bed, going for a walk, or reaching out to a friend. Small victories build momentum. Look for the good. Even in the hardest days, there is something to be grateful for. A kind word, a moment of peace, a memory that makes you smile. Gratitude and hope go hand in hand. Remind yourself of your strength. Think back to a time when you overcame something difficult. You have survived hard days before, and you will survive this one too. Keep moving forward. Like the dark tunnel, you may not see the light yet, but every step brings you closer to it. The key is to keep going, even when the way ahead feels unclear. Hope is not a gift you wait for. It is not something that will appear when the stars align or when the world suddenly changes. It is a choice to believe in better days, to believe in yourself, and to take the next step, no matter how small. And remember, even in your darkest moments, you are never truly alone. There is strength within you, waiting to be uncovered. So give yourself the gift of hope. Protect it, nurture it, and watch as it guides you toward the light. That is the meaning of inner strength.
Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place.
Yes, my friend. The darkness can feel endless, can it not? When the world seems heavy and each step feels harder than the last, it is easy to lose faith. It is easy to believe that the light may never come. But that is where you must remember something very important. Darkness is not permanent. No tunnel lasts forever. You see, the tunnel is not here to punish you. It is here to teach you. Each shadow, each moment of uncertainty, is an opportunity for growth. The light at the end of the tunnel will come, but it is the journey through the darkness that shapes you into the person who is ready to embrace it. But patience. Patience is one of life's greatest challenges, is it not? Especially when you are in the middle of the tunnel, when you cannot see the end and doubt begins to creep in. You may wonder, why is this happening to me? Why must I struggle through this darkness? But let me ask you this. Have you ever watched the night sky? When the sun sets and the world is wrapped in shadow, the stars begin to shine. The same is true for you. In the darkness, your strength, your courage, and your hope have the chance to glow brighter than ever before. Do not be afraid of the dark tunnel. Embrace it. Walk through it with the quiet confidence that every step, no matter how small, is leading you closer to the light. Sometimes it will feel as though you are standing still, as if your efforts are going unnoticed, as if nothing is changing. But remember, even the smallest steps bring progress. A river cuts through stone not because of its power, but because of its persistence. When you feel lost, focus only on the next step. You do not need to see the entire path to keep moving. You only need to trust that with each step, you are moving closer to where you need to be. And trust me, my friend, you are. Here is something else to consider. The person who enters the tunnel is not the same as the person who emerges. The challenges you face in the darkness will shape you, strengthen you, and prepare you for the better place that awaits. I remember a time when I, too, walked through a dark tunnel. My choices, my losses, my pain, they surrounded me like shadows. At times, I felt that I might never see the light again, but I kept walking, one step at a time, not knowing where I was going, but trusting that I must keep moving. And when I finally emerged, I realized that the light was brighter than I ever could have imagined. And I was stronger. Stronger because of the journey, not in spite of it. Remember this, my friend. Even in the darkest tunnel, hope is a light you carry within yourself. You do not need to see the end of the tunnel to know that it is there. You do not need to know how long the journey will take to trust that it is worth making. The tunnel may test you, but it will not break you. It is through these moments of uncertainty that we learn the greatest lessons. Patience. Good things take time. Do not rush the process. Resilience. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Perspective. When you finally reach the light, you will see the world and yourself with new eyes. So do not despair if you cannot see the light right now. Trust that it is there, waiting for you, just as you are waiting for it. The better place awaits. When you emerge from the tunnel, you will not only find a better place, you will find a better version of yourself. A version of you that is wiser, stronger, and more grateful for the journey. So, my friend, take a deep breath, hold your head high, and keep walking. The darkness may surround you now, but if you just keep moving, step by step, you will come to a better place. I promise you, it is worth the journey.
I believe people can change their lives if they want to. I believe in second chances.
Second chances, a gift we often hesitate to give ourselves, though we gladly offer it to others. You see, life is full of mistakes, missteps, and moments we wish we could take back. But the beauty of life, my friend, is that it also offers us the chance to try again. Do not let the weight of your past keep you from moving forward. A failure is not the end of your journey. It is merely a lesson. And every lesson brings with it the opportunity to begin anew, to take a different path, to become something greater. Even the leaves that fall in autumn will grow again in spring. So why should we not allow ourselves the same grace? You are never too far gone to find your way back. All it takes is the courage to start over and the belief that you are worthy of another chance. Remember, my friend, the past cannot be changed, but the future is always yours to shape. So take that second chance. It may lead you to something even more beautiful than you imagined.
What do you plan to do now that you have found the Avatar's bison? Keep it locked in our new apartment? Should I go put on a pot of tea for him?
First, I have to get it out of here.
And then what? You never think these things through. This is exactly what happened when you captured the Avatar at the North Pole. You had him, and then you had nowhere to go.
I would have figured something out.
No! If his friends hadn't found you, you would have frozen to death.
I know my own destiny, Uncle.
Is it your own destiny? Or is it a destiny someone else has tried to force on you?
Stop it, Uncle. I have to do this.
I'm begging you, Prince Zuko. It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you? And what do you want?
Start asking this question. Who are you, and what do you want? This is not an easy question, my friend, but it is one worth asking. Many people go through life without ever stopping to consider it. They let the world decide for them, following the expectations of others, chasing things they were told would make them happy, only to feel empty when they arrive. But you have the power to choose. To know yourself is to understand what truly matters to you. Not to your family, your friends, or society, but to you. What brings you joy? What fills your spirit? What is the path that feels most true to who you are? Do not be afraid if the answer does not come to you right away. The journey of self-discovery takes time, patience, and quiet reflection. Sit with yourself, listen to the whispers of your heart, and ask, what do I truly desire? And remember, it is never too late to change your path. Once you know who you are and what you want, you can begin to shape your life with intention. Step by step, you can walk toward the person you are meant to be. So, my friend, who are you and what do you want? Perhaps a cup of tea will help you begin to find the answer.
This city is a prison. I don't want to make a life here.
Life happens wherever you are, whether you make it or not.
Life will start where you want to be. Ah, such a simple truth, yet so many forget it. Life does not wait for the perfect moment, nor does it create the perfect circumstances for you. It begins, truly begins, when you decide where you want to be. You see, my friend, we often stand still, waiting for something external to push us forward. A sign, an opportunity, or the approval of others. But the truth is, life starts moving the moment you choose a direction. The moment you take that first step, no matter how small, you begin to shape the path ahead of you. It is not about where you are right now. It is about where you want to go. You hold that power within you. The choices you make today, the actions you take, they are like planting seeds for the life you desire. With time, care, and persistence, those seeds will grow into something beautiful. So ask yourself, where do I want to be? What kind of life do I wish to create? When you have your answer, take a step toward it. Even the longest journey begins with a single step, and each step will bring you closer to the life you dream of. Life will meet you where your heart is, my friend. And if you ever feel unsure, remember this. It is never too late to decide, never too late to start. Life may not always go as planned, but that is what makes it beautiful. Every moment is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become the person you are meant to be.